Graphing parabolas in vertex form. Number 1. Graph the function f of x equals negative 11x squared. So substituting numbers in for x, I'm going to substitute 0 in for x, which gives me 0 for y. So my first point will be 0, 0. So I'm going to click the parabola. It's a negative, so that means it's opening downward. So I'm going to start at 0, 0. Now I'm going to also then substitute in 1 for x. So 1 squared is 1, times negative 11 is negative 11. So that is halfway between 0 and negative 22. So 1 and negative 11. Click Save, check answer, and that's number 1. Number 2, identify the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the maximum or minimum value, and the domain and range of the function. For the vertex, this is in vertex form. H and K is the vertex. H is the number here, which is 5. So you do the opposite sign of this. So this is negative 5, so you type in positive 5. So that is the x-coordinate. The y-coordinate will be this on the outside, which is negative 28. So minus 28. So you reverse the sign next to the x, and you keep the sign outside of it. So the vertex is 5, negative 28. Now determine the equation of the axis of symmetry. Now the axis of symmetry is the line that goes through the vertex. And in this equation, the axis of symmetry is going to be the same as the x-coordinate because it's going to be a vertical line. So x equals 5. So what is the maximum or minimum value? Select the correct choice below and fill in the answer box to complete your choice. So since there is a negative in front, it is flipped upside down. So the vertex is going to be at the top of it, or the maximum. And that maximum value is going to be the y-coordinate of the vertex, so negative 28. So the domain is actually going to be all real numbers because any value you put in for x will give you an output. And that output is a real number, so that's why it's all real numbers. Now the range of the function. Now we know it starts at the top of the vertex and then goes down, so anything from that vertex and below will be part of my range. So it will be less than or equal to the y-coordinate of the vertex, which is negative 28. And that's number 2. Number 3, sketch the graph of the quadratic function and the axis of symmetry. So first thing I'm going to do is click to enlarge this graph. Now I'm going to choose my parabola, and my vertex will be HK, which is negative 4, positive 3. Remember, change the sign of the x. So negative 4, positive 3. And then now, I'm going to substitute in another coordinate. I'm going to choose negative 3 in for x. So negative 3 plus 4 is 1. 1 squared is 1. 1 times negative 2 is negative 2. And negative 2 plus 3 is 1. So negative 3, positive 1 will be my next point. And it matches my graph in that there's a negative in front, so it's facing downwards. Now we got to graph the axis of symmetry. Now that is the vertical line that goes through the vertex. And they want us to do a dashed line for that. So make sure the line's dashed. So there's the axis of symmetry. So press save, check answer, and on to the next part. Now it wants me to name my axis of symmetry. And it is the vertical line going through x is negative 4. So x equals negative 4 is the equation. And that's number 3. Number 10, sketch the graph of the quadratic function. Give the vertex and the axis of symmetry. Looking at my equation, I have x squared here. I don't have x plus something squared or x minus something squared. So that means my axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 0. So it has to be either A or B. That x is 0, and this here will be the k or y, which is 2. So it has to be A. And that's number 10.